This video is basically a epic fail video. I've seen loads of videos of people, cheering and telling you how great it is to line up and get a brand spanking new iPhone. But what about the people that are left behind? What about the people that don't get a phone? Do you ever hear the story? So this is my story. So this is not the video that I wanted to make, because I've been up since 3 in the morning lining up at the Apple store in La Cañada, and I have not got an iPhone X. But Apple said that they will be available and for you to line up early. So how early do you expect me to line up, Apple? How early do you expect me to be at the Apple store? Because to be honest, leaving my house at 3 in the morning and arriving before 4 in the morning, I think is early enough. Before 3 in the morning, left my house at 3 in the morning, arrived before 4 in the morning at the Apple store in La Cañada, and wrote my name down in a list, unofficial lists. I was number 156, but I was told that 25 people had already left, so therefore to subtract 25 people from the number. But there's a problem, and that problem is that Apple might have superb, really good customer service, but they washed their hands, didn't want to know anything about the actual queue. So Apple, if you're actually going to be making people go and line up, or if you're going to be saying that there's going to be available supply, and you're actually telling people to line up early, you sort out the queue, you make sure that you're in charge of the queue, you make sure that people don't cut in front of you, which is exactly what was happening. I mean, I knew that there was a possibility that I wasn't going to be getting the iPhone, and that's not the problem at all. The problem is that Apple did nothing to stop people from cutting in front of the queue, and in fact there was somebody that was paying people to buy extra iPhones for him, and as a result, when people were leaving the Apple store in La Cañada, they were being handed €100 per phone, and that phone was going into a trolley, and that person ended up with over 100 phones. Police did get involved eventually, but those phones were not returned to the Apple store, and therefore 100 people or whatever, or 50 people ended up not getting the phone that they wanted. Second thing I would say is, Apple, if you know that there's going to be loads of people coming to your Apple stores, then limit it to one phone per person. Don't make it 2 per person. You know that they're going to be resold, and anyway, if somebody wants their phone, they're going to queue up, they're going to do what I did, but I didn't get a phone. The third problem that I have is that basically after lining up for 6 hours or whatever, and being told that you're not going to get a phone, whatever, you run out, fair enough, okay? Don't tell me that I have to wait till tomorrow like the rest of like other customers to order to be able to pick up in store. No, I've been there since before 4 in the morning. I'm not a normal customer. Neither is the person behind me or the 30 or 40 people in front of me that didn't get a phone. Yeah, some of those people have been there since midnight and they didn't get a phone. And basically you're telling them, join the queue like the rest of everybody else who hasn't been queuing up since the early hours of the morning. No, Apple, you need to sort this out. Basically, if you are going to be expecting people to come and queue up and they're not going to get an iPhone, don't tell them, it's okay, you can queue up tomorrow like everybody else. No, because that's not good enough, because people have been there for hours waiting. So you need to give those people priority, or some kind of priority treatment, so that they get a chance to get on the list tomorrow, to get a chance to get a phone, a walk-in phone, I think. Yeah? Apple, you need to control the line. That means that you give a ticket for each person as they go into the shopping mall or as they line up, so that they have a place in the queue and nobody can cut in front, and nobody can change place with somebody further along, and nobody can buy an extra phone or whatever. So what have I done? I've sent a complaint to Apple. I've actually filled in a complaint form. I don't know if I'm going to hear from Apple. I don't expect to hear from Apple, but I have to say that it's not all happy times with Apple. It's not all about the cheering and about the getting the phone and being first in line. It's about managing that queue and being a little bit more transparent and actually telling people, hey, we only have 300 phones, so there is a chance you're not gonna get one, or keeping people up to date with what's happening. Don't tell me at 9:30 in the morning we're sold out, just like that. No, that should never have happened, because we should have had a system in place where we knew that we weren't gonna get a phone and we could have gone home, no problem. And yes, it has been a great launch. The phone is fantastic. I tried it. I'm gonna try and get another one. My problem with Apple is the way that they manage the queues. My problem with Apple in Spain, in La Cañada anyway, was the fact they did nothing to stop people from cutting, as far as I could see. And the problem that I have is not that I haven't got a phone. Obviously, I would have loved to have had a phone, but the fact that I've just been treated like any other customer, and I've been told to just join the queue tomorrow like everybody else, and that is a no. Apple, if you see a queue of 400 people and you only have 300 phones, then say it, so that 300 people can stay in the queue and everybody can either choose to stay for the launch or go home and sleep. Anyway, this has been a little bit of a strange video. I don't normally do videos like this. I try to be positive, but I thought I'd share my experience, because in life sometimes things don't turn out the way that you expect them to, and it's also good to share those experiences, and maybe somebody will learn from my experience, and maybe you have something to tell me. Maybe you've got some tips on how you queue up when you go to the Apple Store, or maybe you think that I'm absolutely crazy and I shouldn't have done that in the first place. It doesn't matter. Write in the comments below. Have you had a similar experience? Have you had a horrible experience queuing up and not got an iPhone? I don't see many videos online of people that haven't got their phone. So don't forget to subscribe. I do mainly travel and daily life vlogs, and every now and then I do like a crazy off the beaten path vlog or video like this. Thumbs up, share, and thanks for listening to me. See ya.